Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2021 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description of the video for more details there. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, we have a Celtic cross spread, and I also pulled an Oracle card for you guys and a Mudra card, but we're actually going to start the reading off by taking a look at these astrology dice. So we're going to roll the dice and see where your focus will be as far as the astrology goes. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we have 12, so that's the 12th house, and for you guys that's Capricorn energy. And I will say at the bottom of the deck we see the Devil, which is also Capricorn energy. That's the major arcana card for Capricorn. We also have the North Node, and the North Node is actually going to be, well, it is rather, in your 5th house, which is Gemini, and then Mars is going to be moving into the 5th house with that as well. And we have Aquarius, so that's your energy, obviously. There's still going to be plenty going on there, even though the Sun's moving on and Venus is moving on. You're still going to have plenty of activity going on in your sign, so we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. All right. In the main situation position, we have the Tower in reverse, the World in reverse, and Page of Cups in reverse. So, interesting energies here. What I will say here is seeing these three come up in reverse, the World in reverse usually means that something's not completed. And with the Tower in reverse, it looks like this is saying that a Tower moment may have been avoided. And with the Page of Cups, if you were considering making an offer or accepting an offer from someone, it looks like it's saying that the timing might not be right for that. So even if we were to just look at this in the most simple sense, then I would say, let's say the fact that at the time I'm recording this, the Mercury retrograde is just wrapping up. So even as we get into March, it's still going to be in shadow for a bit until around the middle of the month. So even if we just look at it from that perspective, it would make sense to say, this might not be the time to make or accept offers. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing primarily there. It could just be saying that whatever the situation is, it's not done yet, but it could just be saying that now might not be the right time to move forward with that. All right, in the challenge or obstacle position, we have the Moon, and we have the Four of Swords. So this is actually Libra energy, and then with the Moon showing up here as a challenge as well, could just be saying that you might need a little time to heal around the situation. So that's why it could be saying that, it's not the right time to move on something, because you may not be seeing the situation clearly yet, rather. And again, to me, this makes me think of that Mercury retrograde energy. So could just be saying one of those things where, you're being asked to take a little more time, heal from whatever the situation was before moving forward with it at this time. In the foundation position, we have the Fool in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse, and Three of Swords in reverse. So a lot of reversals here too. So with the Fool in reverse, again, kind of the same message I was feeling with the main situation, which is to say this might not be the time for a new start just yet. And the reason why could just be saying that you're getting there. I feel like whatever this disappointment was around, for some of you, could have been a career disappointment, certainly, since this Scorpio energy represents your 10th house of career and social status. Could have been around romance as well. Given that Libra energy, we tend to think of partnerships and relationships with that. But whatever it is, it looks like it's saying, this might not be the right time to move forward just yet, because it looks like you're still in a healing process. So that's what I'm picking up on with those energies. All right. In the past position, we have the Page of Wands. So here we see Page energy in the upright, whereas in the present we're seeing it in the reverse. So this might have been something that you might have already tried to get off the ground, and for whatever reason, maybe it just didn't work out the way you'd hoped it would. And that could be what it's saying there, is that, it's not necessarily that the idea was a bad idea or anything like that, or the plan was bad. It could just be saying that the timing wasn't right. You might have to give it a little more time before you actually move forward. All right, in the present position, we have the Sun. So I will say, given all the hectic energy we see here, the sun showing up in a present position seems a little out of place. So for some of you, maybe this is more of something that's already taken place, and now you're coming out of that already, which would obviously be the ideal way to see this, right? That you're coming out of this already, moving into March. But for others of you, could just be saying that this is what you're being asked to do in the meantime. Don't make any big decisions. Just try to stay light in your energy. Try to get out and enjoy yourselves if you can, and just kind of go with the flow for a bit rather than being more action oriented. So that's what I'm seeing there. In the near future position, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is actually Cancer energy, which for you guys is your sixth house of work, daily routines, health. So could just be saying that that's where your focus is shifting. So for some of you, might have actually been a physical illness that you might have actually recently had. That's certainly a possibility. Now maybe you're recovering from that. That's one way I could see that playing out. But for others of you, could just be saying that you might be a bit closed off, maybe holding an idea to yourselves. Because again, maybe you actually started to approach someone regarding this idea and you might have felt like they weren't really receptive to it. So you might have decided, all right, you know what, let me just hold on to this idea a little longer. So I definitely don't feel like you're ditching the idea. And again, I don't feel like you're being asked to do that either. I just feel like it's more like it's saying, this just may not have been the right time to do it. So that's why I feel more than anything. And if this is someone else you're dealing with, so for example, maybe if these are energies of someone else, and maybe you're actually ready to move toward them, it could just be saying that they're not quite done healing and ready to open up just yet, too. So that's another way it could be playing out. All right. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Page of Pentacles. So again, we saw the page in the upright in the past. In the main situation, it's in reverse, but here we do see it in the upright in your influence on the situation. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that for a lot of you, you guys might be ready to move on something, but either someone in your environment or possibly, something in your environment is kind of not on that same wavelength with you just yet. And I mean, let's call it what it is. You had a ton of energy going through your sign, right? And I mean, a lot of it's still going to be there, even with some of it moving on. So might just be saying that you're just moving at a different pace from those around you, and you might have to, kind of adjust to that now, So it's like, all right, what you're doing could totally be the right thing, but you might have to just understand that not everyone's moving at that pace that you are right now, and try to, slow it down a little bit. All right, in the environment position, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse, which is Pisces energy, and 7 of Wands in reverse, which is Leo energy. So yeah, if this is around a romantic connection, again, I feel like this could be pointing more to what's going on there, which is to say that the person you're dealing with might not be ready to actually take things to the next level in that regard. But I know it's easier said than done, but for some reason I'm picking up on if that's the case, I wouldn't take it personally. I feel like it's more of just a timing thing, where you guys might be moving a little bit faster in the situation than they are. Which, normally you wouldn't think that when it comes to romantic relationships, when it comes to Aquarius, but that's just what I'm picking up on here. So for some of you, it could totally be the other way around, where maybe it's you guys who are the ones who, want to take things a bit slower and don't necessarily want to take things to the next level yet. And, that could be why the Page of Pentacles is showing up in your position, which is saying that you're close. You're getting close to wanting to extend that offer and take things to the next level, but you're not quite there yet. Because if we look at that, the Pentacle is just out of his reach, right? So for some of you, this could just be more of your energy in the environment, saying that you guys are the ones who are trying to take things a little slower. But oddly enough, like I said, while I normally wouldn't pick up on that for Aquarius energy, I feel like for a lot of you, this is the other person in this situation. And like I said, this could be workplace stuff too, where you're trying to get some new things off the ground and you feel like people aren't moving at the same speed as you. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So this is actually Capricorn energy here. And this usually represents an energy of collaboration, right? Wanting to, this energy to me is like a mixture of Saturn and Venus energy, but them playing together positively, to where it's like you build something that's long standing and that'll, be around for a long time, but at the same time, you actually enjoy doing it, or it's just pleasing overall. So that's why I see there, and we do see the Capricorn energy at the bottom of the deck as well. So again, I feel like you guys are ready to build something, but people in your environment might not be moving at quite the same speed. That's really what this theme seems to be pointing to. And there could have been obviously some disappointment on your part around that, because I feel like you might have, for whatever reason, took it on more of a personal level. But like I said, it could have just been the fact that your energy was all supercharged with all the stuff moving through your sign, and others around you might have been a bit more mellow. And speaking of which, in the outcome position, we have the Four of Wands. So this definitely looks like a really good way to end off the reading. This is actually Aries energy for one. So for some of you, this could be a timeline, which is to say, if things have gone a bit haywire in a situation, by the time we get close to the end of Aries season, which would be around the middle of April. So this is a March reading, but this is in the outcome position, so that wouldn't be a stretch. So it could just be saying that as we get toward the end of Aries season, you're going to feel a lot better around the situation. You're going to feel like you're on the same page with the people you're working with. So again, whether it's around a romantic connection or more of a career thing or just some kind of partnership, looks like that's going to actually work out positively for you guys. So again, I feel like the main message here is to say try not to make any drastic decisions, and maybe that could be what that 12th house energy is about, saying that you might not necessarily be seeing the situation too clearly just yet, and given that retrograde was taking place in your sign especially. And when we have Mars move into Gemini early in the month, which is your 5th house of romance and creativity, that could actually help turn things around for you guys too. And in fact, that could even be what the Sun energy is pointing to in that regard, given that the Sun's the natural ruler of the 5th house. When Mars moves in there, you might be feeling that energy a little more. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. All right, moving on to your oracle cards. First, we have a leg up. There's the artwork, and the number is 34. Okay, it says receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. The oracle's message: you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. So that's interesting there too, because I will say for some of you then the way this energy could be playing out could be where you guys are actually the ones where you feel like you can't rely on others in your environment. And again, like I said, especially if you guys just felt like you were moving at a whole different speed, but then maybe ended up frustrating going it alone too. So hopefully that resonated with you guys if that's the case. The relationship message says relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust, you will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. So definitely an interesting message there, and again, that could point to some crossed wires that you might have been experiencing during the Mercury retrograde, so if that's the case, hopefully that resonated as well. And the prosperity message says, now is the time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it all by yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps toward your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. So interesting there too, and I could say if that's how this energy is playing out for you, then that could even be what the sun energy is pointing to there, which is to say, you might have put yourselves out there in the past and you are experiencing some success and maybe you are trying to manage it all alone and could be getting overwhelmed. And if that's the case, this looks like this could be a positive partnership in that regard too. So Hopefully that resonates with you, and that could even be why this was showing up in your hopes or fears position, saying maybe you're hoping that you could collaborate with people that you trust to help you handle all of that. So hopefully that resonated. And then also, you guys got a second card that came up, and it was Thinker. It did come up in reverse, but I'll show you the artwork in the upright. And the number for this one is 44. So when the card comes up in reverse, that's a sign to read the protection message. So I'll read that for you guys, and hopefully that'll resonate too. Okay, it says, you might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work right now. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring new clarity. So interesting message there, because talking about the do something creative, so on and so forth, that makes me think of the sun energy. And like I was saying there, it looks like you guys might not be seeing the situation clearly. You might be going through a bit of a healing process as well. So that's case could just be saying kind of what I was picking up on as well, which is to say, try not to make any rash decisions and kind of let the energy catch up with you, So hopefully that resonated as well. All right. And finally, we have a mudra for you guys, and the mudra you guys got for this month is the Makara mudra. There it is there. Keyword for it is fertility. All right, and there's the info on it there if you want to pause it or take a screenshot. But under benefits, it says improves memory, strengthens the kidneys, helps to relieve low back pain, nourishes the hair, restores energy reserves. So if that sounds like something you think would be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name of the mudra in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.